this working? Okay, are you hearing smooth jazz? Today on the Tom Kelly Show, I had this huge show planned where I was going to run a telethon for Alyssa Milano, who just basically asked her fans to donate to her kids' baseball team's trip to Cooperstown with really nothing other than saying, hey, can you please raise some money for my kids? And then I had a total meltdown at the Equinox Sports Club in New York City, a fancy gym I belong to. So I was about to make fun of Alyssa Milano for being a Karen, and I turned out to be a Karen myself. So, what do you say you enjoy some smooth jazz for a second, and let's start the show. Trigger warning. No, let's do content. No, trigger warning for sure. Spoiler alert. Just call me Karen Kelly. You are experiencing the Tom Kelly Show. Listen, all throughout the day, people. Listen, if you have a chance, the link will be in the show notes. Donate some money to Alyssa Milano's GoFundMe. Leave a little comment saying the Tom Kelly Show sent you. I'm not really asking. I'm jokingly asking because, quite frankly, again, I was going to call her a Karen, and here I am. By the end of this show, you're going to think I'm a crazy son of a gun. So, listen. Part of the problem with this show is I can't figure out what side of myself I want to be. Sometimes it's poor me, Tom Kelly. Look at me. I had a career in show business that fell apart. Sometimes it's self-help comedy, Tom Kelly, where, oh, this is the inspirational thing I saw. I saw a seal on the beach. Look at me. Things are going to get better. Let's get back to my 2024 slogan. Let's get back to the fun. And then there's just moments where I am real life Larry David. From Curb Your Enthusiasm, where, Larry's an old guy, he has whatever, and just he's always stumbling into awkward situations where he looks like a dick. My new favorite show on Netflix is called Loudermilk. Loudermilk, people. Everybody, you need to go watch the Loudermilk. Here's the deal with Loudermilk. Loudermilk is a great show produced by one of the Farrelly brothers. I think it was Peter Farrelly. He's part of the team that got you There's Something About Mary. The show stars a man named Ron Livingston, who was the apathetic office employee from the movie Office Space. And if you remember that movie, people, that movie was, I think, the embodiment of Generation X. That the angst, the anger, I don't feel like going to work, but I don't want to work anywhere. In many ways, the movie is a bit slow for some of your tastes, but I think that and Reality Bites are two movies that just capture people who were born within my window. And the movie's about, or the show is about, it's not a great show, by the way. It's not a great show. I would say the first two episodes are brilliant, and then you can kind of fast forward through parts. It gets that bad. But the movie, God damn it, the Netflix show that really wasn't a Netflix show is about a guy who's about my age, who is a washed up music critic, who is an alcoholic anonymous group counselor, without saying AA. I don't think they used the brand name. But he is a AA group leader, and he walks around being a dick. And then people criticize him, and like he goes to a Starbucks and there's a woman who talks like this, who talks like this. So then he starts impersonating a woman who talks like this, who talks like this. And, basically every cold open ends with, you're an asshole, Loudermilk. And that's how I feel today. Again, by the way, Alyssa Milano needs your money more than I do. Please go contribute to her kids' baseball fundraiser. But back to me. I belong to a fancy gym. It's a holdover from when I was successful. It's the Equinox Sports Club. You know Equinox. That's the expensive gym. And I used to work out there when it was called the Reebok Sports Club, and then Equinox bought it. So I am at the club a little bit nicer than Equinox. It's right across from ABC. And when I used to work out there, it was the cool gym. Everybody was good looking there. Regis Philbin worked out there. Sam Champion from Channel 7 worked out there. I used to see David Muir from Channel 7 working out there. Chris Cuomo. I used to spot Chris Cuomo when he was lifting weights after I would do a warm-up at The View. I mean, it was basically I would go there and it was like the ABC Fitness Club. Nobody's really there now. It's not as cool as it used to be. And if there's anything you can know about me, Thomas Joseph Karen Kelly, is I stay at the party too long. And the gym is, it's still nice. It's great. It has this huge internet cafe. And me as a telecommuter, I used to do my work there all the time. Now, in the age of 2024, every loser is telecommuting to their damn job. The internet cafe is full all the time. There's a man of Asian descent with hair that just looks like a helmet. And he sits there for 8 hours a day in his bare feet with a little towel on the chair. And he sits crisscross applesauce with his bare feet on public furniture. Now, there's a little towel, but his bare feet are there while I'm eating my yogurt parfait. That's not what I am complaining about today. I have two big problems. I'll start with the fun one that I kind of was laughing at. They have a sauna, and this is a dangerous problem. They have, no, not a sauna, a steam room, okay? And again, listen, my nickname in college was Long Island White Trash. So me being at this fancy gym, it's my luxury. It was my chance to network with people from ABC. I used to make $5,000 a year off the place by bumping into people who could get me comedy gigs and whatnot. Now, that has not happened for quite some time. But they got a pool. And they have a sauna, they have a steam room, they have a jacuzzi. Now, I go into the steam room, and there's a man in there who says, hey, it's not steamy enough, so he takes some cold water and throws it onto the steam room sensor. Steam room starts getting all steamy. That's my steam room sound effect. And it gets so steamy, all right, time for me to go. And what I don't realize is there's a giant pool of condensed water accumulating at the bottom of the steam room. Now, this is just sub-boiling water. I get off the giant cement step, and then I put foot number 1, foot number 2 in, and oh my God, my feet are in boiling water. I start screaming. Mother effer. I am now jumping up and down. I'm doing the impersonation for those of you on the audio version. I'm in front of the green screen. I'm jumping up and down. And I run out. And I'm like, mother effer. And the only thing more disturbing than the scene of me in a towel, my dingleberries hanging underneath it, covered up, is the fact that there are at least 5 naked men all ignoring me, jump up and down, yell, mother effer. One man asked if I was okay. Now, how bad were my burns? Just enough to be uncomfortable for the rest of the day. I'm not dying. There's no lawsuit here. And frankly, I live in a 4th floor walk-up apartment. I don't want to be so injured that I can sue and maybe get $1 million in 5 years. I don't want to be that hurt. I don't. And one guy was very nice and everybody else was just incredibly aloof. I told the nice guy who's like the towel man about the problem. He was incredibly nice, a man who's, and again, I say this as a man who's descended from people who don't speak English fluently and came from other countries. It was like asking my grandpa to mop, and he did. He was nice about it, okay? And again, I don't say that in a racist way. I say that in it disarmed me kind of a way. You can't be mad when there's somebody who reminds you of someone you love taking care of the problem. Fine. I laugh it off. And it's funny. It reminded me of an old joke my brother and I used to have. My brother at one point was doing a the floor is lava kind of a game. And my brother was yelling, "The floor is hot. The floor is too damn hot." I don't remember why he did that. But I just remember every now and again, my brother and I would yell out, "The floor is too damn hot." So I laugh it off. Fine. I go into a mood of, I get into a mood now. A couple of days go by. I'm fighting a half of a cold. I go and do the stretching class. There's a great stretching class with a woman named Claudia there. She's a 70-something-year-old ballet teacher who genuinely wants everybody to be limber. Nice woman. And there's always a shortage of yoga straps. And her first exercise is always, let's stretch the hamstrings. And I go in early now, so I get my yoga strap. But then, because this woman is so caring, there's always a shortage of yoga straps. And, there's a freneticness that is unnecessary when you're paying $300 a month for a gym membership. There should always just be enough yoga straps. And that's it. Hey, they're $10. Somebody steals one, you either lock them up, or you buy some new ones. I'm not the one stealing them. I'm a good human being. I'm the one going to heaven in this situation, Equinox Sports Club. But I did the yoga class, and it was perfect today. They had just enough yoga straps today. And I've been up and down. I'll get into this later, but I kind of shot my shot with somebody who I think is awesome. And the texting back has been slow. Fine. So I'm now that guy who just, whatever. I'm a little down. And I'm, again, just getting over a cold. I'm stressed about my success, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, I'm in a mood. You know what? I did my stretching class, and I said, you know what? I'm going to swim, because getting back to swimming has been bad for my hairline, but amazing for my hips. And I go into the pool, and there's no lifeguard, just one swim coach. And what do you know? I got the rare thing of getting a lane to myself. I'm swimming for about 20 minutes, and suddenly there's a woman jogging right in front of me. And now it's very important to point out, no lifeguard. Usually there's someone who tells you things about, you have to go to this lane, you have to go to that lane. There's just nobody there. Nobody there. And long story short, it turns out there's an aqua aerobics class that unnecessarily takes up all of the pool. It could be done in 2 lanes, okay? And the class is filled with, if you ever watched Only Murders in the Building, basically it's all the extras from Only Murders in the Building. It's your Upper West Side New York stereotypes. Affluent, former Karens who could be your angry grandma. They're all, like half of them have the nickname Bunny. And then one guy. And I popped my head up. Really? Wait, and the woman's like, "Hey, you're in our lane. You're in our lane." I'm like, I was here first. And nobody politely said, sir, and again, $300 a month for this gym. Nobody said, "Oh, sir, you can't swim today. There's a class coming in 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Said that, I would have done something else. Now I'm getting harassed by my grandmothers. I politely asked the teacher, I'm like, "Hey, any chance you could jam them all into the other 2 lanes and I could finish up?" "No, you should have read the sign." And now listen, I have my contacts in now. I'm a man who wears glasses. I actually really want to wave my glasses as a prop to prove I have trouble seeing. And God bless, I basically am getting harassed by 70-year-old moms. I get out of the lane. There's a man named Ronaldo, a dreamy sales guy there. I'm enraged, and I did this. I'm like, "Hi, I don't mean to interrupt, but," and then was explaining there's no lifeguard on duty, blah, blah, blah. I look like an a-hole and I shouldn't. And Ronaldo goes, I do not excuse you for interrupting. And now dreamy guy, dreamy accent. He actually was very nice to me a couple of years ago, but then he starts doing the sassy don't interrupt me thing. And to be fair, I was interrupting him, but to be fair, I was also blind and could not read social cues at that time. But then once he gave me the sassy, I do not excuse you for interrupting. I'm like, F that. He was trying to sell a membership to the gym to someone else. And I said, oh, if you're giving me that attitude, I'm going to ruin this sale. Now, some might say I turned into a Karen 3 to 5 minutes before that when I was not letting the elderly women take over my lane. No, I knew I became a Karen once I said, I'm going to ruin this sale. And I said, this woman should know how badly this club is run and that there are angry people like me here. Well, what do you know? After that, Ronaldo then called the senior manager over. Senior manager, turns out, takes forever to get over. I am slightly diffusing, whatever it is, when the anger starts dropping. I go put on my clothes, and God bless, there's a man there. He is the assistant manager. He is the acting general manager, a man named Manny. The acting general manager is a very nice, kind, and disarming man. I used the word BS. And he said, sir, you don't have to curse. And you know what? He was right. I became the Karen. I became Crazy Tom. And New York City does this to you. But again, I was right. One person saying, sir, there is a swim class coming in. Blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't have done it. The lady, there was a woman who was coaching somebody swimming right before I came in. All she had to say was, sir, there is a swim class coming in. You may not want to start your swim. And I wouldn't have done it. There is a little sign with font like that. I should have taken the picture that says pool close. But again, I'm telling you, it's in font. What's the smallest font on Microsoft Word? It's like 7 point. Okay. And I'm going to play the handicap card. I'm going to play the differently abled card. Okay. I'm a 40-something-year-old man who needs reading glasses. And that's when I'm wearing my proper glasses. And again, here's where I know I'm right. Had I had my heart attack in that pool, and God knows it's coming, there was nobody there to perform CPR. Okay? There was nobody there to pull me out. So I'll share one from last night because I'm feeling that crazy right now. I went out to dinner alone because, hard to believe, I don't have friends. Again, I was fighting. It was, again, not to be whiny. That's actually me being whiny, but I'm fighting the end of a cold. I might have had a cold in Florida, but not known it or not realized it. Or maybe I'm just run down. I'm run ragged, as the kids say. Whatever it is, I decided to go for a walk. Any place to get a good salad was either too depressing or empty. And so I went to a nice Indian joint that I go to, a mom and pop place. And they gave me the lamb Rogan Josh with only like 2 morsels of meat. And then the woman, the waitress, comes over and says, would you like more rice? No, I want my meat. I want my meat. So here I am now, age 47, eating alone. I became the where's the beef lady. And now here's the deal. The waitress knew that listen, there's inflation. I don't know if it's a recession, whatever expression I'm supposed to use. There's inflation. So their way of keeping prices low is to just not give you what you ordered. And then another guy comes over. Do you want rice? No, I want meat. And then, you know what? I'm going to be that guy. Here we go. Let me see if I can turn that on. Yep, here we go. Ready? I became the woman's name was Clara Peller.
Grammarly gives you a head start.
And the woman's name was Clara Peller, and the commercial was, where's the beef? And you know what? It's taking too long for me to skip the damn YouTube ad. You know what? I'm going to start a feud with YouTube next now. Too many commercials. I have a show.
It certainly is a big bun.
It's a very big bun.
Big fluffy bun.
It's a very big fluffy bun.
Where's the beef?
Some hamburger places give you a lot less beef on a lot.
Okay, and even now I'm complaining with YouTube. I'm trying to watch a video, and the volume's too low for my damn podcast. But I am. I just turned into the... Oh, here we go. Ready? Oh, God damn it. Hopefully this is good.
When you drive to Wendy's and order a single, you get more beef than the Whopper or the Big Mac.
Okay, so then I just played the commercial where they don't even use the woman's catchphrase. Where's the beef? All right, that's a 20-minute podcast. You know what? I had so many other things I wanted to talk to you guys about. I really did. Oh, by the way, did I mention donate money? Here's my thing about the Alyssa Milano fundraiser. If you are a celebrity and you want to raise money for something silly by using your star power, there has to be a trade-off if your kid is benefiting from it. Now, Alyssa Milano issued a statement saying, oh, I donate already to my kid's baseball team. I pay for the uniforms. I pay for this. I pay for that. And I get it, man. When you're rich or you look rich, people expect things from you. That's why I don't put this show on Patreon, because I don't want to ask regular working people to pay for my nonsense. Now, I will say things like, if you want to donate money to this, I'll do that. Or you can pay me to be a charity MC for a thing. I don't know, Alyssa Milano. Alyssa Milano, try harder. All right, 20-minute podcast. There's so many things I needed to do, and let's just admit, I am not going to do them today. All right, listen, there's a whole Facebook group for people who want to connect with each other. My friend Bray Lindsay just joined the secret Tom Kelly Show Facebook group where you guys can become friends with each other. Maybe you could ask each other where the beef is, or you could, quite frankly, let me know if I'm a Karen. Was I right or wrong on both of this? I mean, like, folks, now it's funny. I'm doing the show without my shoes on, but you can sort of see, look, my feet are a little red, and that's from getting burned in the steam room. I mean, and again, the whole steam room part. If you had to imagine what the funny thing about the steam room boiling water is that's what the depictions of hell are like. Like they say, when you go to hell, you're just going to be in a pit of boiling water, and then the devil will be sitting over you and laughing at you while you are sitting there in a pool of boiling water. Well, my friends, that is the Equinox Sports Club steam room. I feel better now. Actually, I guess I got to end on a positive thing. I hope we got back to this being funny. I hope you can. This was a little too angry for me, today's podcast, but I'm so angry, I actually lit a Yankee candle. And that, by the way, very Karen-y thing of me to just light a scented candle and think that'll make my problems go away. And honestly, the positive note, the thing that made me feel better was I started walking around Central Park. The person who I wanted to text me back did send a text, and I thought that was something. And I stopped for a cup of coffee at the Aubon Pond right across from Sheep's Meadow, and I pet a puppy that looked like Brian Kist's corgi. And then while I bumped into somebody who I'm mad at and did not want to see, but I was polite, and the person was polite, but it was actually that moment of, man, the last time we talked, you told me off on a text message. That was me, by the way, but I was right. And she told me off on a text message. She was wrong, but we each said hello in a pleasant voice, and neither slowed down enough to give the other the impression we wanted to linger and chit-chat. And I'm not mad anymore. I am mad, but I'm detaching. I am working on detaching from my anger. And then I ran into this band. The 4th Street, West 4th Trio, named, I'll put the information in the show notes. Anyway, and this is what they did. Just this, I think I'm showing the video. And and there's a great Tom Wolfe quote. Let's see if it comes up. One belongs to New York instantly. One belongs to it in as much as 5 minutes as in 5 years. That's not the quote I'm looking for. All right, you know what? Enjoy this smooth jazz for a minute while I find the quote. And then we'll say goodnight. That city is largely gone. For me, New York City was a gift. It was like being in a different world. You don't have to search for the exotic, the dramatic, or the bizarre. It's all there waiting for you. In fact, you have to sort it out a little bit and figure out what you want to go see. But in New York, you live with it. It's part of the fabric of the place. All right, folks, what do you think of my craziness today? Leave a comment where you can leave a comment. If you like my entertaining things, please, please, please comment on my Instagram, share my posts, show love where love can be shown. Good night, New York.